U.S. citizens may be seeing more of what people are already used to in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Pakistan. Predator drones flying over their heads. Congress has approved a measure to expand the use of the military devices in American skies. Even though the measure restricts the use of drones over populated areas, civil liberties groups are concerned a door into a sacred constitutional tenet will be opened even wider.
We, as Americans, expect to have a certain sense of privacy. Even in the public, we don't expect for the government to be able to track all of our movements, create databases about where we were and what we did, and then take law enforcement actions. That's exactly what's happening.
The legislation is part of a $63 billion spending package for the Federal Aviation Administration. It will require the agency to clear out more commercial airspace for the use of military and even privately owned civilian drones. Civil liberties advocates aren't the only ones concerned about having the devices overhead. Pilots are also worried about having to share the space with the unmanned flying machines. The president of the Airline Pilots Association issued a statement that insists that all remote operators of drones have the same training that regular pilots have. Collision concerns were highlighted last August when a shadow drone collided with a C-130 over Afghanistan. The plane made an emergency landing, but no one was injured.
It's really alarming and it's really distressing to think of these drones flying overhead.
Mark Bray is with the Occupy Wall Street movement. He's concerned the U.S. use of drones over its own people puts First and Fourth Amendment rights on a slippery slope.
It's also of concern considering these drones are being used around the world and that the journalists are reporting that civilians are being shot down in Pakistan. So it raises a lot of questions about privacy and all, not to mention security. We don't know if these things are going to crash through our roofs one day.
The NYPD has been surveilling Muslim New Yorkers who have done absolutely nothing wrong. That same sort of philosophy will now drive the aerial drones usage. So we're very worried.
But many members of Congress who signed off on this bill don't see expanded drone use as a problem. In fact, many believe growth of the unmanned drone industry will create more jobs for their constituents. If President Obama signs the measure, the FAA will establish 6 experimental drone fly zones over U.S. skies by September of 2015. Gary Anthony Ramsey, Press TV, New York.